Hello, dear Nanobackers, and welcome to our last and most important episode. Here is Mark
and Max
and Fabian
from Woodpecker Games, and we're really glad to have you here today because we want to talk about Nanolith, and we want to talk about all the stretch goals we unlocked and the total completeness of our game.
Yeah. You look like the pilot of a helicopter.
Yes.
We
are just a few minutes. We will launch and I'm sitting in the cockpit, and you have to fly with me wherever I want to go. So, fasten your seatbelts and let's dive right into it. So I will go over to the desktop, and let's look at the stretch goals. So here we have them.
Oh yeah, that's a great string.
Yeah, the first one was the Acrylic Cube. So we just upgraded all the wooden components to cool cyberpunk plastic. I mean, this was just a components upgrade to make this game look and feel as we wanted it to look and feel, because wooden meeples and wooden cubes wouldn't be the right choice for Nanolith. So we at first upgraded everything to acrylic cubes.
And it was so important for us that it is be the first.
Yeah, totally.
It looks much better.
Yeah, if it's possible, let's do this at first. So, this was the first component upgrade, but then we already started with the new comics. I think in total we unlocked for the whole campaign 12 comics, and I think this is something which can't be underestimated. The amount of comics in the game is exactly the amount of comics which we wanted. These are all the texts which we wanted to be comics, and they all will be now illustrated and beautiful comics. And we are really glad to have them there. And this was the first one, the refugee ship from chapter 2, a big encounter book comic. So this was the first at 40,000, which we unlocked. And the first step in a row of comics.
Just to stretch that out a bit, all the stretch goals we going through them partly, but we tell you in which part of the box you can get them. Most of them are already in the Awakened Hero pledge. I guess that's important for you, and we just stretch out if it's in the deluxe box.
Yeah, so it's really easy. I mean, 90% of those things are in the Awakened Hero pledge, which is the base pledge, and just very few of them are in the deluxe pledge. We will show you which later those are.
And then we have upgrade the cards for tightness. So I think that's really cool. I don't like it when cards are so feel like paper.
Flimsy, yeah.
Flimsy, it's the English word. And now we have also we have a kind of special plastic cards for our game, but on this level, on the stretch goals, now we have really cool cards from the haptic, and they're not too small. And what do you say?
Thin is the word you're searching for.
Yeah. The backers know me.
Actually, we weren't quite sure about where the travel wings will be going in our campaign with the cards and the stickers. I mean, at this moment, we thought we will be sticking to the plan with the sleeves and the paper cards. So we upgraded the thickness, but later on, as you will see, we also upgraded the cards in general by material and by the production kind of how they get produced. So this won't be obsolete, but at this moment we didn't know that we will have like super nice plastic surface cards. So let's look a little bit further. At 55,000, we did unlock the new comic for chapter 3. You have to imagine the comics always like there is one main comic per chapter, which will be the one in the encounter book. This is true for all chapters but the 5th, because the 5th chapter will have, I think it's 3 main comics, because it's 2 main comics in the encounter book, and then this is a very important spoiler for you. We have there are different endings, and depending on the endings, it's very important which comic you will see. So you have not 2 but 3 very big comics in the last chapter. But normally you have one main comic in each chapter, and this is the main comic from the encounter book from chapter 3. At 65,000, we come to the bookmark.
You don't have can spoiler me. The bookmark. Yeah, the bookmark is a very important thing. Maybe you think it's not so much. It's just a part of paper. But when you design a game, you have a lot of components and you have a lot of different components. And also it's just a bookmark. When you put all components inside a box, then you get a very high price for production. And then you have to decide what is really necessary for the box, what you really need and what you don't need. And the bookmark was something that we really want to have because we think we need it, but it's not so important for the game. And so we are really happy that we can make a stretch goal of it and that you can have it. So yeah, that was my feeling about the bookmark.
Yeah, it's super convenient. I mean, fast setup and tear down time was like the main one of the main design goals, and the bookmark is just part of this. Stick it into the encounter book, stick it into the storybook, and just mark where you are, and then the rest just goes into zip bags or back in the insert. However, we will design this is not totally clear right now, but bookmark is a very important part of this fast tear down time for the game. Then we are in the third comic stretch goal. This is the main chapter 4 comic. This is the Oberon portal. There we won't spoil you at all because this is really funny to experience in the game, but there is some kind of crazy big portal. Wherever this leads, you will see it in the game. And this is the comic corresponding to it. And then we come to 85,000 and we have the paper upgrade. So now we can just say the thickness of the paper is much higher. It's got much more value to it. It feels better. And this was also very important.
Yeah, it is.
And when I remember correctly, we now just entered the second day of the campaign, right? I think we reached that 85,000 goal already on the first day. Or within 24 hours. So yeah.
This was a crazy ride.
Yeah.
So on the second day of Christmas, we got as presents the first new comic for Chapter 5. This is the end of Eden. Yeah, as it says, it's the end of the game. But
maybe
let's not talk too much about this about the story part of this thing. But this is the first comic for Chapter 5, and now we come to another components upgrade. Max?
Yeah, I just want to say you can believe us. You will love all the comics.
Yeah.
And
if someone of you saw the live stream of Nakamura painting the end of chapter illustration for Chapter 3, I think it is, with the Fuji market and all these troopers jumping down from the dropship, ready to invade the Fuji market. This is really cool, and we now already have the first colorless sketches from him, so we think it will be finished until Essen Spiel. So come over to our booth. We will have a gigantic banner of this illustration, and you can see it for real there.
And I'm looking forward to this illustration.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Very nice.
And now line finish is something I really don't know what it is. Anybody talk about line finish, and it's something Fabian told me what is it's the greatness about line finish. So you can tell us the beggar what is great on line finish. I don't understand it.
It just gives more stability to the cards, but that's another one we can skip already because we now have other cards. So yeah, it's what it's basically. It's the I don't know how to tell you, but it makes the cards even more haptic, more stable.
Yeah, and it seems like as if it's interwoven at the back of the card, as if as if it's manufactured in a different way, so it's thicker, it's better from a haptic standpoint, and it's more stable. Yeah. So it's a very nice component upgrade. And then we came to another component upgrade, so many at one place. We got to thicker punch boards for the tokens. So this is also very important. We don't have an incredible amount of tokens. It's not hundreds and hundreds of things lying around on your table. This is very important for us that we save table space, that we appreciate even small tables for our game. But the tokens you have need to be from a good quality. And this is what the thicker punch boards are for.
Yeah, and the good thing is I really like that unlock Stretchgoal because I don't like it. Maybe you know when you have the haptic when you want to grab small tokens on a game and it doesn't work because they're not big enough, the tokens, and you don't can grab them because they are like paper. So and now you have really cool tokens that you can grab then and have a good haptic. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't make them from acrylics, but you can see that later. But yeah, we stick to punchboard there. But yeah, still
the best Stretchgoal comes.
This is a really good one. Yeah, Max, then tell us.
Yeah, it's a kind of because it's more than a box. Especially it looks like a box and it is like a box, but it is more because it's a design philosophy we have. When Mark and I designed this game, we always talk about the memories of the characters, and we all talk about that you have some memories in your bag and you have some memories that you will remember, and then we decide to make this crazy idea with a tag box that you can say in the front of the box is all memories that you have really unlocked and you have remember on them, because that means you have buy nanofragments and you have remember it on, and on the back you have something. How is the English word for
unconscious?
In the unconscious you have all the crazy memories you don't want to remember it, and this gives the box a little bit more a story, because it's like your soul.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's your consciousness and your unconsciousness.
Yeah.
Let me just say a few words more to this. I mean, you know that our skills have like the rules for the skills, so how the skill works in the game on the front side, and on the back side, on the flip side, you have a little text fragment, which is a memory of the character. So the skills are as well memories of the characters. And when you end a chapter, you get new skills, but you at first have to unlock these skills via nanofragments, which are our experience points. And so you get these skills at first in your unconsciousness. So they go to the back of the tag box. And as soon as you spend the nanofragments for them, you get them out and you slip them into the consciousness space of the tag box. And now you can equip them whenever you want. And in each encounter, you can also swap from active skills to other in your consciousness placed skills. So this is a really cool concept because it says how much the characters actually remember. And it also has this nice feeling of it's all lurking in your unconsciousness. It's all waiting for you to be discovered. You just have to spend the nanofragments to get your amnesia, like to fight it back. So this is what the tag boxes are for. And we also, and these are separate for each hero. It's a really nice, gimmicky component, but I think very for the story and for the feeling and the atmosphere. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Now let's go over to one of the first content upgrades, which is really big, the side mission Dropship. This is one of the side missions we were working on quite a long time because it was one of the missions where we were also experiencing that we won't have any grindy and only repeatable missions and no repeatable missions in our game. Because at first we thought this could be something like this, could be something which we will do over and over, and you can get this high frequency nano potential, which you will get in the side mission again and again. But then there was quite soon the design decision that we won't do it in this way. This will be also like all the other missions, something which you play once with a one-time experience, but it's quite special because, Max, if you want to talk a little bit about it.
I want to say I have mixed feelings about this mission in the design progress. The first thing, it was the first scenario what bring us to the point that we really start to working on the base buildment content in the game. Yeah. And that was started by this mission. That was the ground stone for all of this what you find in the whole game.
Let me just point out about the base building aspect, because could very well be that somebody is just watching this as his first videos or her first video. So there will be like shops. You know that we have shops in our game in which you can like buy stickers and upgrade your characters and weapons. But there will also be shops which you can you can upgrade the shops themselves via high frequency nano potential, like a second resource in our game next to the nanofragments. And this upgrading process of the shops, we are calling it some kind of base building. As you are in one chapter, there will be one shop, and you can progress through the different encounters of the chapters, and you will bring back this high frequency nano potential, and then you can upgrade the shop in any way you want, and therefore unlock certain branches of the tech tree which the shop grants you, and so you can have different upgrades later on for you to buy. This is also one of the replayability arguments or things about the game. You will never unlock all the branches in the shop in one go, and the side mission, the Dropship, is one of those missions which grants you more high frequency nano potential to unlock these different branches. And sorry, Max, please go on.
Yeah, and the other thing is, it's a good point to talk about passion. This mission is pure passion, not for me, for Mark.
Yeah.
I was working on some other encounters, and Mark said, I want to have this base building. He talked all of that, but I don't have time to think about what he want. And he start to design this mission. He designed it, and he tell me all of that, and say, yeah, okay, we can try it, all of them. And then we make this Mark make this vision of an encounter and of an idea, and then comes this point that he showed them a group, and they totally say that's bullshit. Not to say that bullshit, but we don't like it. And I don't understand it on that point when we played with the thing, because it was a great mission. I like it. I like the idea. And then Mark realized, okay, it's not. I have to make things others. And then he goes away with that encounter and come later back with a overworked version, and then anybody love it. And that was, always in the game it works like that. Mark have inside in his heart this vision of base building, nano fragments. He have this high feeling that he want to have them, and then he find a way to make an incredible encounter. Even when somebody say no.
Yeah, I think this is very, very important. Let me just point out, when I was doing a libretto for an opera a few months ago, and I was doing it together with two artists, which are visual artists. They are painting live digitally on a projected area, and I was coming with my libretto, which is the script for the opera, and the artist just said to me, hey, I really don't like it. I don't know. The concept which you sent me was much better than the finished one. And I was like, okay, cool, no problem. If somebody's not liking the stuff because you're sitting at home and you're thinking about it and you just have one perspective, you just need to refine your thoughts and be open for the criticism. And most of the time, I had almost never in the time of working on Nanolith, the experience that people were rude or so. Yeah. Normally they just say, I don't know, this doesn't feel super awesome. The repeatability, because the mission was thought out to be repeatable. This doesn't feel right. And then I was like, okay, cool, very good idea. And just to go back to the opera project, we were we were inventing a whole libretto for this opera based on the concept and based on the script I brought in one night. So it can really lead to so creative input if you just let loose your individual sorrows and stuff and just say, okay, it's not good, no problem, let's just talk about it. I mean, you're a creative person, here I'm a creative person, let's just find something new. And this was for the side mission as well, very important for the Dropship.
Don't misunderstand me, Mark. I think for me it's I don't want to say you make bad encounters, but for me it was a good example how what kind of passion you have in our work. So that
totally
was
fine. I didn't misunderstand it. Cool. This is a normal process. Also, when Max comes to me, there's not every encounter is good at the beginning. This is totally normal.
I don't hear that.
So the Dropship. Okay, this is for chapter 3, by the way. Sorry, what, Fabian?
Just sum up that this is the Dropship, and we have so much to talk about.
Let's go on. So there was this beautiful stretch goal at 133,000. There's sleeves for all cards, and so
come on.
Yeah, our main concept was you have paper cards, you put them in sleeves, you stick at the sleeves, and then if you want to reset the game, you just take the card out, switch the sleeve to the other side, and put the card back in, and you already reset the game. I mean, this is a super neat concept. It was super easy to do. This was why we offered the sleeves for all cards. Now, in some way, it's obsolete as you have these plastic surface cards, but on the other side, it's not such a big deal. We just leave this in the game. I mean, you can use it for this game. You can use it for the next game. You can leave your plastic cards, whatever you want. This is just a thank you from us to you that you were like not like nobody went crazy about this legacy element of our game. You were like arguing about it. You were like telling us what you wanted. We were like listening to you, and we were like discussing this whole cause, and then we came up with this Leafs idea, but we also moved further, and I think it's a nice memory of this process.
We don't want
it still gives a more value to the game, because we often had in the comments the point for replayability or playing with different gaming groups. So now you can just sticker the card itself and sticker the sleeves, so you can use your heroes in different gaming groups. So we leave the sleeves, and you get all of them.
Yeah, also this is possible. Yeah, the bookkeeping in different groups is much easier.
And we have calculated, and we are happy that we can give you sleeves.
Right.
Now let's come to another component upgrade, the individual player boards.
I think we can say how they look, but I think that's also a thing of stuff that Fabi brings into the project. He always talk about that. It will be cool when we make an individual design of each player board for each characters. We will see with what Catherine comes up. I mean, the layouter of our game is like, she will be like one of the most important things for this player board. So we will be really looking forward to what she will do with this thing. But as all of the rest of the game, I think I'm totally rest assured that it will look awesome, and I'm really looking forward for the individual player boards.
No pressure on you, Kat, if you hear
no
that.
pressure, Kat. And then we have a new lobby. This is very important. I mean, this was the fundamental stone for a whole new side lobby, which we wanted to build up during the campaign. This is the Sector Alpha, and we just recognized when we were like going through our campaign that there was no main story happening in the Sector Alpha. We were talking a lot about the Sector Alpha from different angles. There were people from the Sector Alpha, but we never had the characters go to Sector Alpha and experience something there. And we wanted to solve this problem, so to say, because we wanted to show the Sector Alpha to the players via unlocking all the different elements for a whole side lobby of Sector Alpha, so that people can go there and experience this corrupted, rich area around the Babel Tower. This is where all the rich people live, where all the, And so we decided this is the first step. Here's an illustration. This is actually not the illustration which will be for Sector Alpha. This is the illustration for Sector Beta, which is the Fuji market, or part of Sector Beta is the Fuji market. But this is a placeholder, but will be really.
It looks funny.
It looks cool, funny, and it looks quite clean. So we thought this is okay because Sector Alpha is very clean. And then we come to custom dice. What's up with this? There's a few words because of the looks and baseplate thing. Fabian, you want to say something?
Yeah, probably. So we often get the question, what's the difference between the custom dice? We have several of them. So we had just one single custom die in the hero pledge or in the deluxe pledges, which is the reinforcement dice. But that's just one single die to roll for the reinforcement pool in each encounter. But what we have here is 25 custom dice, and that's I think the main part, how you activate your heroes and characters during the encounters. So this is you use them all the time. So that's I think pretty important for us to have more value and more just give you more die and more visual. So what you can see on that dice, what we change is the one dot is changed to the stress symbol. You can see it here. It's that
exclamation mark inside the triangle. So this is the stress icon. And it shall just remind you, whenever you roll a 1, you get 1 stress. And now you don't even have to remember this. When you roll a stress, you get a stress. I mean, the stress counts as 1. So this is the thing you which need to remember. But this is the custom stress dice. The action These are the action dice, actually. And those you will roll a lot. Those are your most important and most used dice.
And of course, they are part of the Awakened Hero Pledge already. So just to point that out, the Awakened Hero Pledge is the base game on Total, and you can play everything you like. And the deluxe pledges just give you more value and add some parts to the game, but it's playable at all in the Awakened Hero Pledge already.
Yeah.
So
action dice are a part of every pledge. Every pledge, you will get them always, whatever pledge you have.
And there's just, Fabian said, there's just one single die in the Hero Pledge, a D6, and this die, it's a normal big black die with the Nanolith, and he's rolled for
spawning the enemies.
The enemies. So that's anything. But the rest of all components are dice components are also in the normal pledge.
Yo.
Yeah.
And then we come to the new arena. So we already had like one arena map unlocked like from the start, and at 145,000 we were thinking we need a second arena. We want to make this like end game part of the game even more versatile, more interesting. And so now you have two different maps on which you can play the arena mode.
Mm-hmm.
This only applies to the deluxe pledge, because you only have arena mode in the deluxe box. This is logical, makes no sense otherwise, because it's only in the box of the what's the name, the Nanoshock pledge and the
Remembering Hero
Hero pledge. And then we go on to what I was talking about a few minutes ago, like the second comic for Chapter 5, like the alternate ending, depending on how you decide during the campaign. This is another new comic which was unlocked at 148,000. We have another new side mission.
Yeah, it's I always think one Xeno case is not enough. I always think about it will be cool to have 2 Xeno cases, but for the first time you meet a Xeno case as a boss Gegner, 2 Xeno case is too much. This fight gives you a new way to fight against the Xeno case, because it's 2 Xeno cases using his normal behavior. And when you play the Xeno case, you see they jump over from points to points and make a flamethrower, and then you attack all enemies in line of sight, all characters in line of sight. What comes new to this fight is that you have another map, you have 2 Xeno case jumping, and you also have the cover positions are going burned down. You know, when he fire, you always remove your cover. So as long as the fight goes, as harder it is to get covered by the Xeno case. And also of that, when you know the Xeno case, you know they have very high value of armor, and you have first you have to go to consoles and hack them to remove the armor that you can attack him. And in this fight, it is like we have a lot of other enemies on the map, and when you kill some kind of droids, they drop some repeater, and you can use the repeaters to make the armor down. So there's a lot of new stuff inside, and it's a totally new feeling, and it's very hard to fight against them. We will turn this battle to 200%.
Okay, cool. Then we had the unlock for the material upgrade for the D8. So now they are all made from resin. This is in no way less sturdy than the other dice. So don't be afraid; they won't break when you roll them. It's just a nicer feeling, a haptical thing. This is just a higher quality material. They will be really cool.
They are, Fabian. They are transparent, right?
Yeah, they look nearly the same, like really that picture here. So they are red and
almost transparent, so semi-transparent. Right. And then we had the first shop for the Sector Alpha. As we said, we wanted to like implement a lot of different things in Sector Alpha. Here we have the new shop, and actually this will be also could as well be one of the shops for the shopkeeper contest, which we will launch I think tomorrow, when we will decide which shopkeeper from you will be incorporated in the game. And here we come. 160,000 all cards of plastic. So this was like the main goal after a lot of discussion, that the people wanted to have this stuff all reusable and all so sturdy that they can like put stickers on, put stickers off, like do it here and there and complement everything. And so we went with that. We had talkings with the manufacturer, and in the end decided that it's possible to do these kind of upgrade. Now all the cards have some kind of plastic surface, and they will be like stickerable. Yeah, and you can sticker them in any ways you like. Does somebody want to say something else about this?
Yeah, we are really happy that it's not just a plastic card. It's something like it's a paper card with plastic around, so it feels a little bit more like a normal card, but you have all of the goodness of a plastic card. Mm-hmm. Maybe we can say it like that, Fabian.
Yeah. And it's very
I wouldn't
important.
play it under the shower, but you can use them as plastic cards.
And it's very important. All those cards, all the cards on which you put stickers, you never shuffle them. So don't even start like thinking about like, oh my God, how will this feel when I shuffle them? Those are just like laid out. They form part of your tableau. They are part of your player board. Those are the skills which laid out the cards, the weapon and the character cards. So there's really no problem with shuffling them.
We just have 16 cards, and we have a deck with 16 cards. That's the only thing we shuffle.
And then we have at 163,000 the Chapter 2, Eliza's Embracement, a new comic. This is one of those comics which we will put into the storybook. So this was a very important part for me, when you have already like you have a setup on your encounter book, and we even though have things which happen and which should be comics. You can't like push off all the stuff from the encounter book and then switch the pages. So we needed to have some of the comics in the storybooks, and we talked to Nakamura in how far this is possible. And this is the first one which you will encounter. This is one in the second chapter. Let's not spoil anything, but it's a really neat concept to have the comics as well in the storybook. Then we have a nano story, Chapter 5, Valid. And you can be really excited about
Pretty
this.
Obvious.
This will be like give you big insights about the Zulu culture and the history perspective from the Zulu perspective. Really, really cool. And here we go with the new comic, The Last Samurai. Oh, there's no chapter, but this is Chapter 4. This is the chapter, the Ashitaka chapter. And there's also a comic about The Last Samurai. Then we have at 172. The Temple of the Spider. This is a nano story for Chapter 2. Let's just say Chapter 2 gets a bit more darker. It's part of our horror part of the game. So this is it's a very dark part of the game, and there's also a nano story inside. Then we have the new comic for Chapter 3, Seven Syndicates. This is as well a storybook comic, and there you will see like the mafia, the Yakuza from Fuji Market have a really bloody conversation. This is very, very, very neat. I was writing this thing and I was like, just, oh my God, I want this as a comic. This will be so nasty. And it will be. And here we go, the daily unlocks. We have the vinyl stickers, because everybody loves stickers to be reusable and re-stickeringy. So you can take them off from the cards, put them back on the sticker sheet, get that from the sticker sheet, put it back on the cards. And regarding the stickers, you will have enough stickers, just to say it once more, for 2 to 3 playthroughs in the base game and in every pledge. And if you even want more, just to make sure, you can add it as add-on. And if you don't want this add-on anymore, because now the vinyl stickers are more sturdy, you can just lose this add-on in the pledge manager later on, and it will be accounted for in your shipping costs. So you will get it as a bonus in the shipping costs. Fabian, this is right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, you just, you just pay now in advance for the pledge manager, and how you spend that money in the pledge manager is open to you. So if you like to add those stickers, you can do that in the pledge manager, as long as you haven't done it so far. Or if you have done it, you can just take that out and use that for something else, like shipping cost, or we think about some more add-ons perhaps. But
okay.
Yep.
And then we have unlocked a content upgrade, which is really, really neat. This wasn't planned at all. We were like, I was giving the prologue out in the updates, and I really felt very, very honored that you were like reacting so much and that you gave your creative energy back, that you were solving the riddles, that you were doing the polls. And then there were people like asking, hey, how about like doing this as a separate booklet? Just please let's get it layouted and make it accessible as an analog thing. So we thought this is a great idea. And yesterday, as I did the last character update, I was also sure that in this prologue booklet there will be all the stories for the characters as well, because you unlock those during the prologue. And so this will be a really neat addition, and this is deluxe pledge only. So this will be in the box with the arena and with the acrylic player boards and the miniatures, just to make sure that you know about this. Really looking forward to this one. And then we come to another comic upgrade for Chapter 5, and this is what I said, like Chapter 5 will have 3 big comics inside, like 1 for Babel, 2 for the endings, and so really a lot of nice illustrated comics. And we come to the content upgrade regarding the 2 playable heroes in the arena mode. Max, you want to say something? Or?
Yeah, what we have to say about that, when you fight
we can say that they weren't planned at all, but we hear you guys, and you always wanted more heroes, but we can't add more heroes to the story mode. So here you have at least more heroes for the arena.
It will be awesome when we have Hitome alive in the group, and it will be awesome when Clark joined the group and will be part of then it will be more like a RPG, because you find other people playing with you. But we're designing a game for 1 to 4 players, and it doesn't work in our concept to do that now, maybe in the next game. And we designed this character as a special thing. There are sandbox characters. We don't want to spoil too much about them, but it feels like you can combine different classes and create some build of characters. And with that build, you can go into the arena and take a look how long you can survive. And I think a lot of people say, can we play other characters in the campaign? No, you can't, because the characters are for the arena mode, and for the story, we have 4 characters. But this is a board game. When you want to replace Ada against Clark and using the Ada cards, do it. It's up to you.
It's not our design. It's not our design. It's yours, but you can do whatever you want with your board game.
I don't come to you into your gaming group and say, stop that right now.
And what you get as well are the acrylic standees, right?
Yes.
So you can use the other standees for whatever you like. Yeah.
But it's okay. It's a board game. You can do that. So you have other standees, do that, but it makes no sense. It will be crash the story.
Let's proceed. So let's talk a little bit in detail about the daily unlock number 3. Here we have a new nano story for Sector Alpha Playhouse. And this is also part of the project to flesh out Sector Alpha even more. We have there now a choose your own adventure story regarding the Sector Alpha. And as you should be accustomed to already, this whole story in Sector Alpha won't be just some story. It will be a story in which one person from the group is very much inclined. And I mean, perhaps if you read all the updates and read all the stories, you can guess for yourself which person this is, because there's only one really strong connection to Sector Alpha right now. But I won't spoil it. If you know it, fine. If not, you will experience it during the campaign. So there's also a new nano story unlocked. And we go on to the next 2 playable characters. This is funny, because here we have not only like NPC heroes joining our group for the arena mode, but the NPC boss enemies. Like this is really cool. I like this idea. Max, you want to say something about it?
Yeah, we don't want to spoil it too much. So we just say, Mark said, you can play 2 bosses. We have Sikushi. She's a little bit hacking. She can. It works like with Sidekick, but she have robo geishas. We can say that.
Oh yeah, there will be robo geishas in the game.
Yeah, there will be. And then we have Musashi. Maybe you Musashi.
Yeah, it's really important not to say too much about Musashi. You will experience him in the game. You will understand everything.
What's happened?
I'm sorry, we cannot talk about it actually when I think about it. Yeah, it's true. Okay, and then go to the daily unlock number 4. Here we have the Flood Wave of Flash, and this is really cool. This comic complements as well to the Oberon Portal comic. So, not to spoil too much, this is for real like a very action comic. There is a lot of stuff happening and will be really cruel for the characters. And this is also a comic which will be in the storyboard, in the storybook. Really nice comic. You can look forward to this. And here we go with the last component upgrade. A line and finish for all the tokens. And as Max does not know what line and finish means, it's just...
Now I know it.
Now you know it. Okay. It's a nice material upgrade for the tokens. So not all of the tokens are made of plastic, but at least they got a line and finish. So really glad to have this in the game as well.
Yeah, you now have the best token you can get without having them of acrylics, but the best you can get of punchboard.
Yeah. And let's shortly go to Max, yeah?
You want to say, you can talk about the social goals, but I want to say, but what we now can say is you have unlocked 100% of our vision. Totally.
Yeah.
Even more.
During the social goals, we had a few nice goodies for you, like the Tabletop Simulator demo. We had wallpapers. Download them as long as they are there. They are really neat. I have them at my laptop as well. It's really cool to always step into Cora's apartment to start working. We have nice avatars. This one is also my Steam avatar now, the Dr. Babel avatar. And then you have the Chibi Ashitakas, which are really sweet. We need that. Yeah. Your name in the game. This was unlocked also during the campaign. Thank you so much. We are really grateful. The base pledge will also include all your names in the base game. And we are looking forward for this. And then we have a new comic as a social goal. This was just the last goodie we wanted to push out for the 300 BGG fans. This is also a really nice comic, which is coming up. And down here for the prologues, we also had unlocks. Oh my God, there's so many stretch goals and unlocks in our campaign. Yes. There's a nano story regarding Hitome's mission. This was quite difficult to write because this is a flashback story, which is also a choose your own adventure story. And if you think about the concept of choose your own adventure stories and the concept about flashbacks, you see that this is like this is not possible to. This is paradox because a choose your own adventure story depends on the readers being able to choose what will happen, and a flashback always happened already, so you know exactly the outcome. And this was you will see how I solved this problem, but it was a really neat challenge for me. And you can now live through the next steps after the prologue with Hitomi. What happens then after the prologue, which you played through in the campaign? You will find it in the game, and this is this story. Then we have this really cool side mission. Max and I, we already talked about it. This is a side mission which plays out in the nano stories, which is also a really cool concept. And one last nano story for a handful of nano fragments. This is one of my dearest. This is from chapter 3, and you will meet Halex and Elaine, two illegal people from the Fuji market who live a very adventurous life there. Okay, so I think in general we have seen now everything, and I just want to come back to the group mode, and let's just talk about the game for a few seconds more. Okay, so I think this was all. Now we showed you every stretch goal, every social unlock, every daily unlock, every extra bonus unlock of our campaign. Now you have really seen all of the stuff, and we also have a little thank you video in which Max and I are talking about the vision of the game and how it evolved during the campaign. But now it's just thank you very much from Mark and goodbye.
And for me, from Max.
From all of us, just thank you guys. You are amazing, and this is not our last update for sure, but it is the last one within the campaign. So we will provide you with another videos and updates as far as the Kickstarter is on. But
I can't believe the campaign ends.
I can't believe it. It was such a crazy ride in the last weeks, and it was really cool to have you there. And now we thank you very much, and we see you soon in the next updates. Bye.
Bye.